Good day, family. My name is Felicity. I am based in South Africa, and today I'm going to share with you a testimony that is very close to my heart and brought me very, very close to God. And this testimony is not necessarily my own testimony, it is shared by a boy named Simon, and he shares his testimony in Sesotho, and he is speaking with Ntate Mokoto. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do my best to translate the testimony to you guys in English so that you are aware of things that are happening around you and how you are initiated into the kingdom of darkness, things like that, and how you are being bewitched and you're not even aware these things are just happening to you spiritually. So I'm going to do my best to share this testimony and hope it will assist a lot of people and it will bring awareness. So I wrote in a book just in point form because I know that I can be all over the place at times. So I did my best to write in a book in point form so that I don't divert and I share the testimony with you guys. So let me get straight to the point. So this is how it goes. So Simon, I'm going to have a link in the comment description that would direct you guys to the initial testimony, but it's in Sotho, but there are some things that I would want you guys to see there. So it starts off like this, where Simon, it was late at night and he decided to go to this lady's home because he was sent there. And in here in South Africa, in the rural areas, there are these toilets that are outside toilets. They're pit toilets outside, and the lady says that for some reason in the middle of the night, because it was at night, in the middle of the night, she felt like she needed to go to the toilet, and she went outside the toilet. And when she got to the toilet and opened the door, here is Simon in her toilet in the middle of the night outside, and she screamed and she called her kids. And her kids came running, and Simon decided to hide in the toilet and refused to come out. And they called the neighbor as well, and the neighbor who alerted the rest of the community about what was happening. And they got angry and they started beating him up, and they asked him, "What are you doing there?" And he said that he was sent to come to the lady's house and steal the lady's money. He was sent by two ladies that she worked with. Actually, it's two elderly women. And when you actually see the pictures of these elderly women, it's actually women like, women that go to church. A lot of churches have, attires that you wear at church. So when they show one picture of that lady, and you see that this is a woman that we are in church with every single day. And then Simon's like, "No, I work with this lady, and when I was in the toilet, I was getting ready to," he apparently can change into snakes, rats, different types of animals. I was getting ready to change into one of the animals so that I can come into the house and steal your money. And the woman is asking, "So how are you going to steal my money?" And he tells the woman that, "I've been here before, actually. There is a pot whereby you keep your money, and I've been there before. I stole money from that pot." And the woman is like, "Yes, money went missing a few weeks ago, and I've been very upset with my kids saying that they're stealing my money." And he's like, "No, I'm the one who stole the money. I was sent to come and steal money from your house. And this is actually second time that I'm coming back to steal money from your house." And guys, one of the most important things that I've learned from my father is that, where you're going to put your money in your house, you need to pray for that area. This alone proves that, if we don't pray for our spaces, these are some of the things that can happen to us. And then eventually they called Ntate Mokoto to come in because the community was beating this boy up, Simon up, and the lady told the community that you guys don't have to kill him. He's going to tell us exactly what is happening and how all of this started. I don't think if the community if the lady didn't interfere, it was just God interfering at that point, I don't think we would even have this testimony. So then Simon now speaks to Mogoto, and then he is now giving his testimony. He says that this started when he was a young boy, and he was told that he was given spirits from, the spirits to become sangomas from his mother's side, and some he took it from his father's side. So these spirits were inherited. So he said that when the spirits started, he would have some sort of seizures or epilepsy. He'd fall and he would twist his legs and his hands, and the spirits will attack him. And then eventually, that's when the family decided that they are going to call in a person who came to our house. The person was initially from Mpumalanga, it's another province here in South Africa. And he says that's when he initially learned witchcraft. That's when he was initially initiated into witchcraft, when this lady took him to her home. So he says that when he got to the lady's home, that's when he was now initiated into witchcraft, and he learned witchcraft. So he says that this lady has I think he said 4 ndumbas. Yes, he said 4 ndumbas, of which in one of the ndumba is like those, I'm not sure what they're called, but those huts that you find on top of it, it's grass. He had 4 in one of those ndumbas. She had a monkey, and the monkey's hands were tied and the feet as well were tied. That's where the lady got the powers from, that monkey that stayed in one of the ndumbas. He says that when he got there, one of the first things that the lady said he must go and do was to go and do, finally the noise is gone, to go and do an HIV test and a TB test. So the lady took him to the clinic for those tests, and shortly after that, then he said that he had a dream whereby he's now sleeping with this lady, and in the morning he said that he told the lady, but why are you sleeping with me at night when I'm sleeping? And then he said that obviously the whole point of taking an HIV test, it was to make sure that she's not going to get infected. I'm guessing that was the whole point. And the lady then accused him of stealing money, and he said that he told the lady, but I did not steal your money. And the lady took him to the king, and they started beating him up, and then he eventually ran away from that lady. So now when he runs away, he goes from this sangoma, and instead of going back home, he goes to another sangoma who now initiates him into a different covenant now. Now in this new covenant, he speaks about that, from the night, he says that from the 90s going into this sangomahood, or whatever it's called, the sorcery and everything, he said that it's fashion, or most people are doing it because they want to practice witchcraft. It's one of the two. It's either it's fashionable, or their interest is in bewitching other people. He said it's always one of the two. And then he says that in this new covenant, his spiritual father, or Gobela or Inyanga, I'm not sure what they're called, but spiritual father, then says that in order for him, oh God.